If I had to select one thing that was a blessing in disguise from the Aspen trip, it would be that Stephanie was unable to attend with us. If she had, she would have had a horrible time in the pad cart. With its no ground clearance and small wheels, no suspension, questionable seat, she would have had a horrible time. Welcome to the Ebert Family Garage. While an absolute blast to drive, pad cart is super uncomfortable, with the homemade roll cage having bars that go right where your shin wants to rest, so any bump is just giving you shin bruises. I took to Marketplace and found a Yerf Dog. Pretty rough, but I got a good deal on it, I feel. And these things have full suspension, front and rear. It's at least supposed to have rear suspension, but more on that later. It does have a running engine though.
Yerf Dog.
So we got the landlord special rattle can right over the coilovers. That's pretty cool. Steering seems fine. Nothing super bent. The throttle cable is not hooked up, so pedal does nothing. Gotta sort that out. The engine runs. I'm gonna guess that there is an issue either with the belt, which that is, yeah. It doesn't feel healthy. It is at a weird angle. But the rear coilovers have been replaced with a bar, but the mounting positions look solid, intact. So we should be able to return the rear suspension. That'll be sick. Now that chain is super loose. We'll have to look into how to tension that and get better lighting in the garage. But looks like we scored a Yerf Dog. Alright. I've got the two bolts here loosened because I wanted to try and move the jack shaft plate. That didn't work. So, you know, it's connected to the engine. Yeah. So I took all my engine bolts loose and started trying to scoot it. We'll come down here. Long bolts. No, I want the flashlight. That's why I shook you. You don't need to vibrate at me. There you go. Yeah. For some reason, I just went ahead and drilled 4 holes. Mounted the engine there. So that's cool. Gonna have to take all the bolts all the way out, scoot the engine into the adjustment track where it should be, and then find where it needs to be adjusted to. Ooh, I will note that it is a brand new Predator on there. Like stamped with 2025, so very new. And there's still metal sitting here, so they had just put this engine on. Like they didn't even shake the metal they left sitting there off. So that's cool. Fresh Predator. I feel like that's a bit of play, but that's just the way it is. But there we go. The engine pulled back. Got a belt on there. With the brass bushing. It didn't have that before. Now, just got to figure out the throttle cable situation. And we should be able to take it for a rip. Alright. The wheel tightened down. Because that was just free spinning. Found that you just run a bolt in there. These aren't keyed hubs. Welcome to Super Secret Test Track. Yeah. And welcome to Yerf Dog. Alright, hopefully we don't lose that this time. I'm hitting 23 in the grass.
You can put such a bigger engine on that.
Oh yeah.
You can put like on the big, like the 400. It's loud, man. You might want to tighten that.
Yeah. That might be why it had the studs.
Probably.
Yeah. Tighten up that muffler. Might need to go back to the studs that came with the exhaust pipe itself instead of the stock exhaust studs. But it's tightened up, we'll see.
All in all, I think this was an excellent addition to our garage. It has some pretty big issues, mainly the rear hubs and lack of rear suspension. But with those issues sorted out, this is a full suspension go-kart for relatively cheap. I'm really excited to get to work on this. I have acquired a welder and I'm working on acquiring welding skills so I can eventually return the rear suspension to how it should be. In the meantime, with new rear hubs, this is a fully functioning go-kart. With a front suspension at least, and with minimal work, I'm already able to rip it around and hitting 28 miles per hour on it. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any of the repairs that we do and modifications we make to the Yerf Dog along the way, and eventually get both the Yerf Dog and Manco to Aspen Acres for some adventures.